What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to TTP Sports. So, got a couple of Philadelphia events going on tonight. The Flyers get themselves a very actually convincing win over the Columbus Blue Jackets in this little home-and-home series that they had over the past couple of days. So, they lose the game in Philadelphia, and they win the game tonight in Columbus by a score of 4-1 after going down 1-0 late in the first period off of a shorthanded goal by South Jersey native Eric Robinson. The Flyers score 4 unanswered, and they win the game by a score of 4-1. You got Owen Tippett chipping into the score sheet once again. Noah Cates getting his second career NHL goal in as many games. You got Kevin Connaughton. Like, what? Where did Kevin Connaughton come from? You also got Travis Konecny as well, chipping into the score sheet. Martin Jones in net tonight for the Flyers looked pretty solid. But overall, pretty convincing win. Pretty convincing win for this Flyers team. And that's basically the main thing that I've been stressing about, just this down stretch going into the rest of the season until the season is over for this Flyers team. Just put up good habits, build those good habits, and let's see what these young guys can do in, better situations when they, get more minutes with that time on ice and they put in the, tougher situations. We're seeing Morgan Frost look more confident game after game. The only thing I would say I would criticize Frost a little bit on is just his ability to finish right now. But basically right now, Frost looks like a completely different player with, chances that he's getting right now. And really the only thing that's his issue is his ability to finish. And I feel like that comes with over time because his passing's good, his skating's good. He's been really good in the neutral zone, been really good in his own zone, good in the offensive zone, setting guys up. Right now, the only thing he needs to worry about is trying to finish. And basically that's probably not, it's probably the biggest issue, but still, when he finds a way to finish and he finds the way to do it consistently, you got yourself something interesting there in Morgan Frost. Owen Tippett now getting a lot more confident ever since he got his first goal a couple of games ago against the Rangers. Potts won tonight. Owen Tippett, something intriguing there. He's been really consistent over his course since being traded to the Flyers. Noah Cates has been looking really good ever since getting into a Flyers uniform. And yeah, just looking really good. Cam York continues to look really good. Provorov looking strong still. Sanheim still looks strong. Travis Konecny continuing to build up the points. He is. Even though he's not putting pucks into the net, he's still getting points. So that's one of the bigger things. Kevin Hayes gets another assist as well. Just another point since coming back into the lineup. So Kevin Hayes continuing his strong suit ever since coming back from his injury. So yeah, a really convincing win by this Flyers team. But before we get into the rest of everything, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to TTP Sports. If you are new to the channel, I definitely recommend hitting that sub button and also dropping a like on that like button as well. If you're looking for all the latest Philadelphia sports news, recaps, and events, this is the place to be at, depending on the outcome, great or miserable, depending on the outcome. And if you're a current viewer of the channel, I'm grateful for you being here that long and looking to continue that down the road. Also, if you're looking for tickets to upcoming sporting events, concerts, whatever you can think of, use the code TTP Sports down below for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. So if you want to go to a Sixers game, get some playoff tickets, there you go. You got opening day tomorrow for the Phillies. There could be some tickets left available, and who knows, just get yourself to a Phillies game, for this opening weekend. Can't pass that up. Put yourself through a Flyers game, why not? And when the Eagles return, get yourself some Eagles tickets. Free $20 in your pocket. Use that for parking. Use that for concessions. Definitely can't pass up that type of deal. So use the code TTP Sports for $20 off your first purchase today at SeatGeek. So Flyers win over the Columbus Blue Jackets in this home-and-home stretch by a score of 4-1. Like I said, very convincing game by this team. A lot of the young guys stood out, specifically, like I mentioned, Owen Tippett, Travis Konecny, Morgan Frost, Noah Cates, a lot of those guys. So that's really one of the better things. It definitely is. And also some things even before this game even happened, or like I would say during the game, because it was like more the end stretch of this one game I'm talking about, drags into a little bit of the first period by the Flyers. So you got the Frozen Four going on with you got Denver University going up against Michigan. So you got Bobby Brink, the Hobie Baker finalist, one of the Flyers' top prospects in the system, going up against them for the Frozen Four, and Denver wins. Denver wins 2-1 in the overtime. Bobby Brink really throughout the entire game was a little quiet. He was getting defended very well by, the top defensive pairing by Michigan. But he contributes with the primary assist on the overtime game-winning goal to send Denver to the championship game in the NCAA tournament for college hockey. So That's very nice to see Bobby Brink doing that, getting that goal in overtime, and now he has a chance to win the NCAA championship in that Frozen Four. And hey, good for him. I like to see he's, even though he was quiet, majority of the game, he stepped up in overtime, got that main assist, and he helped Denver win the game. So it's very exciting right there. Let's see if Bobby Brink also wins the Hobie Baker Award. That'll be very nice to see if he can manage to do that. He is a finalist for that award. He led the NCAA in scoring this year for college hockey. So that is a very, very fun thing to see there. So getting into this game, first period, Columbus gets on the board first. Flyers get a very late power play, and it's a shorthanded goal for Eric Robinson as he breaks up there. Columbus, I guess, gets a 2-on-1, and then they break up Eric Robinson going to the net. Martin Jones beats it by him, and it becomes a 1-0 Columbus lead there. Typical Flyers power play, they can't score on it, and they don't defend well on the power play either. So there you go. The Flyers get another 4 power plays in this game, and they don't score on every single one. But it becomes a completely different game going into the second period. A little over a couple of minutes into it, yeah, Kevin Connaughton pushing on the rush. What's he doing there? 2-on-1, snipes it past Bird. He forces a turnover, gets in on a 2-on-1, and just snipes it. I'm just like, what the hell is this from Kevin Connaughton? Where has this been? Or where the hell did that even come from? But hey, he ties the game up at 1. And there you go. That literally just sparks a different Flyers rush going, because this was a really good second period by this Flyers team. Probably their best second period of the season. We all know the second period has sucked this year for this team with how bad this team has sucked. But hey, good second period. Good second period by this Flyers team. And then eventually, not that long after, Kevin Connaughton scores. Got Owen Tippett scoring. Feeds from Sanheim and Kevin Hayes. You got Owen Tippett in the top circle, snipes it past Merce Lincolns. There was a little bit of turnover involved too with Merce Lincolns as well. He wasn't, the best controlling the puck today, especially with rebounds and trying just to dish the puck out from behind the net. So that involved eventually off of Merce Lincoln's turnover. But hey, the Flyers cashed in and Owen Tippett sniped it past him. So hey, it becomes a 2-1 Flyers lead at that standpoint. And then not that long after that either, it's Noah Case just, going to the net, going to the dirty area. A puck bounces off the backboards, and he just goes after that puck with no one chasing him at all. And he manages to put it by Merce Lincolns, makes 3-1. That's Noah Cates' second goal in his home series with Columbus. So basically 2 straight games with a goal for Noah Cates. And that's good. I like seeing what Noah Cates has been doing. I'm really intrigued by Noah Cates, even though I do see his ceiling more as, that middle six type of forward. That's basically what he is. He's basically the Scott Lawton type of player. I would say more he's, that Swiss Army knife type of guy. He could basically do everything on the ice. He can defend. He can play in the neutral zone. He can chip into the offense a little bit. I see him more as, Scott Lawton with a higher ceiling, basically. That's basically what I've seen from Noah Cates. Even though it's only been a couple of games, I am still intrigued by Noah Cates, and it's really good that he's, impressing in his stint right now with the big club, and that's basically the most important thing that I've been stressing in the past couple of recaps. So the Flyers take a 3-1 lead going into the intermission, and basically you play the best third period you could possibly do, and one third period where the Flyers actually don't blow the lead. Columbus gets some chances. Martin Jones makes some saves. The Flyers get some chances as Merce Lincolns makes the saves as well. But the Flyers getting into crunch time, Travis Konecny driving the net, and he pops one in, and it becomes a 4-1 Flyers lead. It was weird, too, because obviously the puck was in the net. For some reason, the ref didn't see it. He waved it off immediately, but then they had to go to review. They immediately just called it, saying, oh, this is a goal, actually. The puck crossed the line. So basically a waste of time at that point. But hey, Flyers go up 4-1, and that's eventually how they win the game. 3 stars of this game: Owen Tippett with the first star, Noah Cates with the second star, and Martin Jones with a very good game with the third star of the game, stopping 26 out of 27 shots. Shots on goal per period in this game: 10-9 in favor of the Flyers in the first, 11-10 in favor of the Flyers in the second, and 10-8 in favor of the Flyers in the third period. Flyers outshoot Columbus for a total of 31-27. Flyers win in faceoff percentage, 57% to 43%. Flyers go over 4 on the power play, surprise, surprise, and Columbus goes over 2. Not that much of a physical game. 18 hits to 13 in favor of Columbus, and both teams block their share of shots, 9-6 in favor of Columbus. And yeah, just going throughout this lineup, Konecny gets the point with a goal. Kevin Hayes gets an assist, so he records 1 point on the night. JVR gets an assist. Morgan Frost gets an assist. Noah Cates gets the goal. Owen Tippett gets the goal. Also, you get, Just looking at from the defensive side, Travis Sanheim gets an assist, Kevin Connolly gets the goal, Ivan Provorov gets a point, and Martin Jones looked very, very solid in net tonight for the Flyers. So that's a very good thing to see there. So just looking at the standings right now after this win by the Flyers, just to see where they're at. So right now they're still 7th place in the Metropolitan Division, 71 games played, 23, 37, and 11, 57 points. They are 3 points now ahead of the New Jersey Devils, who have 54. Even though the Flyers have played one more game than New Jersey, they're, both teams are basically just going to flip-flop throughout the rest of the season. So even though the Flyers are still going to be in the bottom of the standings, if you look at the entire league right here, the Flyers are still the 5th worst team in the National Hockey League. Teams that are above them, the Ottawa Senators and the Chicago Blackhawks, and those teams have game in hand on the Flyers. So in the teams that are below the Flyers in the entire league, the Devils, the Kraken, the Coyotes, and the Montreal Canadiens. So like I said, these teams are basically going to flip-flop, and I said the Flyers are most likely going to range within that 5th worst, 4th worst, and possibly 6th worst team in the entire league. I don't see him being the very worst team in the league. I don't see him, moving any higher up in the standings at all. So I think this is where they're going to average out between, the 27th and the 29th spot in the entire league. So that gives you, 5th place, well, at 5th worst, 28th place. That puts you like around 5th in the draft lottery or something like that. And then you got decent odds to move up, but that still gives you at least a decent pick if no other team moves up as well. So if you land with at least the 5th overall pick, I think that's fine. I think that's pretty fine for this Flyers team. So if you look at the rest of the schedule for the Philadelphia Flyers, because there's not that many games left, we are in the month of April, and this is the final month of the NHL season. So after this game against Columbus, you don't have that many games left. So you got Anaheim this Saturday at home at 7:30. Then you're on the road next week against Washington on Tuesday, back at home the following Wednesday against the Rangers on the 13th. And then you got another home-and-home series, a back-to-back on a Saturday and a Sunday in Buffalo Saturday the 16th, and at home against Buffalo once again on the 17th. Then you go to Canada for a little bit, 19th and the 21st in Toronto and Montreal. And then the final week of the season, you got a home game on a Sunday against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and then on a Monday the 25th in Chicago against the Blackhawks. Your final road game of the season is on the 27th against the Winnipeg Jets, and your final game of the regular season is at home against the Ottawa Senators. So overall, like I said, pretty good game by this team. And yeah, basically like what I've been stressing over the past couple of games here. Build good habits. Let's see what these kids can do in better minutes when they get better opportunities. And that's basically the most important thing. No more Keith Yandles and all that crap. I can give less of a damn about Keith Yandle at this point. I know like people are worried about, this makes the Flyers organization look terrible and all that crap. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Keith Yandle sucks. It's a participation trophy at the end of the day. If Kevin Hayes is mad about it, I feel like at the end of the day, with all the crap that he's gone through, maybe that was just one of the last straws and he just got annoyed by it. But at the end of the day, I expect Kevin Hayes to be professional, and he's been playing a lot better. So that's one of the benefits right there. So yeah, pretty good game by this team, by this Flyers team, and just let's see how it goes for the rest of the season. Like I said, now with the Phillies coming back and then the Sixers eventually going into the playoffs, these recaps are probably going to take, a little bit of the back stretch just because these games really don't matter anymore. And when you're getting focused now on the beginning of the Phillies season and you got Sixers, understandable why the Flyers would take the back stretch here. Even though when there's like a chance, like maybe if the Phillies don't play on a specific night or the Sixers don't play on a specific night and say like the Phillies and the Flyers play on the same day, maybe I'll do a Phillies and a Flyers recap. But if like say all three teams play on one day, the Flyers probably take the back stretch at that point. So I can understand, like you guys would understand that really aspect of that about that point. So I see some guys in the live feed right now. EJW, thank you for tuning into the streams and just tuning into the videos in general. Watch the whole game, good game overall. And Owen Tippett looks really good. Yeah, Owen Tippett is looking a lot confident, and that's very good to see. Good to see that Owen Tippett, like basically same thing with Morgan Frost, Noah Cates, and all that stuff. Cam York, Ivan Provorov's looking better. Who knows what's going to happen with him in the offseason? TK is looking a lot better too. So like I said, yeah, build those good habits. See what these kids can do in better minutes, improved minutes. And right now, they look good for me. They definitely look good for me. Like I said, with Frost, the most important thing I think he needs to work on is his finishing, because right now a lot of other things in his game is really improving, and it's showing. It's showing. His neutral games his neutral game, neutral zone game. I don't know why I couldn't say that right. Has been improving. His defensive zone game has been improving, even though his offensive zone game is also improving. Finding some nice dishes, making some nice moves. He had a filthy dangle later in the game as well. Looked like he was just playing shell at that point. But still, yeah, build those good habits. That's basically all you can do at this point. See what these young kids can do. So, what are your thoughts on this video, everyone? What are your thoughts on this Flyers win? And what are your thoughts on just, the rookies going forward? So don't forget to leave those comments in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I'm a part of. Their links are down in the description below. Also, don't forget to check out the links to BrodesMedia, the Flyer.pod merch website, and also Flyers Nitty Gritty. All that good stuff is down in the description below. Do not forget to check those out. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the most important thing you can do is hit that sub button and also use the code TTPSports for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. And I will see you next time.